Yeah, Andrew does not look happy here at all. He kind of looks almost like he's like these fing little kids. Like, ugh. He's a, ugh, ugh. He's a, ugh. He's exactly how I feel about almost. He looks like exactly how I feel about almost every person at every point in time. It's like, ugh, it's kind of like, ugh, oh my god, ugh, ugh, get me out of here. What is up? So apparently, Andrew and Tristan Tate were with Myron Gaines, Nick Fuentes, Clavicular, and I don't remember who else. But they were at some club in Miami, and apparently they caused quite a bit of a furor, if so to speak. So we're gonna take a look and see what the big fuss is about, and let's get to it. Right, okay, so they're listening to Kanye's infamous song. Oh shit, I wonder if I could even play that song on here. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Andrew looks uncomfortable. These guys look too old to be among these little boys, though. I'm sorry. Like these are like Clavicular and Nick and I mean, even Sneako. I don't know how old Sneako is, but I don't think he's even 30 yet. Like these are little kids. Well, yeah, what y'all doing up in there in that club with, among them little kids, bro? What y'all doing partying with those little? I mean, Nick probably still has like pimples from like acne. What are you doing hanging out with him, Tristan? That's weird. Okay, so all right, so that's a clip. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just looks whatever. It just looks awkward. It looks weird. So we're gonna look at this other clip of them in a car. I think it looks like a car, some type of I don't know what vehicle that is. That's way above my pay grade. But yeah, let's see what's up here. Oh, I forget who this guy is, but yeah.
Chris Popovsky, man. They can't do a damn thing about it. This bottle can slow aging. Chris is a legend. I love Chris. Chris is a legend. Look, let me tell you something. Let's go. There was a storm. There was a storm in
Yo, the age gap here is so it's like you have these four if you count Myron, like older guys with these young little kids, these cubs. I mean, they're all like huge content creators, right? So it's like, you know, me with my one subscriber, they're like huge guys, but there's, I mean, age-wise and stuff, these are, you know, these guys are cubs compared to Tristan and Andrew and this guy here. And even Myron too. I mean, Myron's still kind of youngish, but.
Let's go! Let's
What is with Sneako's face? Why is he so like? Why is that song so important to him? Look at his face. Why is it so? Like everybody else is bopping to the song, but why is Sneako so? Why is it so serious for him? It's like why? Okay. All right. They kind of look tired. I mean, the vibe I'm getting here is like, I mean, this looks like it's probably, so far, I mean, just based on the previous video and this one, it looks like the main energy is coming from Myron and Sneako here, right? And yeah, I guess it makes sense because because and it's I mean. Uh, I understand why Sneako, Myron, and Nick are so excited because they've all sort of in a way built their brands around Jewish hate or whatever, blah blah blah. You know, criticism, and I know Sneako is good friends with Kanye too, right? So, all right, you know, I get it, but I don't know. I don't know about Clavicular. I've only started watching him recently, and I haven't seen him say much about the Jews yet. I don't know. Tristan and Andrew, they don't. I mean, I don't know. This just it seems out of place for them.
So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain. Jews mad! Jews mad!
Wow. Okay. This is like alright.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Okay. Clav is into it.
Heil Hitler. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, Heil Hitler. She wanna go to Japan. I put the color on a bitch. Hey! Nigga, Heil Hitler. She reaching down in her pants. She got the rub in her hands. Yeah, of course.
Oh, what's up? Hold on, my bad.
Why?
Where'd it go?
Myron was getting too excited.
I was getting too. I'm sorry.
I just
paused. I didn't do anything.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
I look over the camera, man.
My phone is
against
against
it. Cool.
It's against it.
That's what it is.
Someone
My phone
in
is
court
against
like
it.
we need to
Okay, that's awkward.
give it back to me.
It says.
You just got him
Keep
playing
playing it. Keep playing it.
Stop accepting that blurry vision
hell
is
is
just
that?
part of aging.
Where's Pop?
Dr. Sidney Bush was
Who
given the
doesn't-
top vision award for his period.
Don't care.
Oh,
Me and my
Don't
brother
care.
have been
Don't
making
blame me.
$50 to $300.
Someone needs a premium subscription to whatever they're playing. I don't know who's using a free version of whatever, Spotify or whatever it is.
Spending just
All
5
of these,
minutes.
all of these millionaires in this car, and y'all can't afford a premium subscription. What's going on? Ads? Really?
I have an idea.
Buy an
How
extra
about you
fee.
stop getting canceled, Nick, and then we wouldn't have to be on Rumble.
Oh, Rumble. Okay, that's what they're playing.
I love Chris. I love Chris.
Yeah. Ugh. Andrew looks like he can't wait to leave. He's like, ugh.
oh, we're here. We actually kept it going.
Yeah, Andrew's gone. He's gone. Look at him. He's way up there. He's like, yo, these fucking guys. But let me pull back there. Like, what's his... That face. Andrew does not look... Yeah, Andrew does not look... He is... Yeah, Andrew does not look happy here at all. He kind of looks almost like he's like these fucking little kids. Like, ugh. He's like, he's like, ugh. He's exactly how I feel about almost... He looks like exactly how I feel about almost every person at every point in time. It's like, it's kind of like, ugh. Oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Get me out of here. Ugh. I'm just like, ugh. Y'all don't have no girls in that car? How come? How y'all? I thought y'all normally roll with like a bunch of girls and stuff. How is it like a set of man inside there? What going on? What kind of sausage fest is that? It's so weird. Ugh. Wait, look at that. This is kind of. Look at that. Where? That's such a weird thing he's shaking my hand for. I don't know you. Well, I don't know if he knows him, but it looks weird. Looks weird. They're all dressed the same too. Are they going to like some kind of a all-black party or something? Oh, not Tristan. So where's that song coming from? Is it coming from in the car still? All that it's still playing. It almost sounds like it's coming from the club as well. Maybe it's coming from the van still. Yeah, whatever. Alright, I mean... I what's the big deal? I don't know. Whatever is my thought about all of this. I mean, my only... Yeah, except Andrew does not look... Andrew and Tristan do not look totally at home here. I mean, Tristan looks like he's kind of going along with it, fine, whatever. Andrew is out of shot for most of this. Yeah, and I'm not even hearing him while all of this is going on, and just the way that he looked when he stepped out of the vehicle here is just like, bro, y'all need to fucking grow up. That's what he looks like. This is my like this expression here is my takeaway from this whole video. Is like, ugh, y'all just need to grow the fuck up. Like, it all looks so performative, honestly. And so, I mean, and by the way, like, because I don't know, maybe I'm gonna get cooked in the comments or whatever, but like, I'm actually pretty much a fan of all of these guys. I mean, I'm just kind of getting to know Clavicular a little bit, but the rest of them, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I fucks with Andrew. I like Andrew a lot. I think he actually is an ultimate force for good, and it's complicated, and I don't know, maybe I'll do a video about my thoughts on Andrew, but generally speaking, I think he's ultimately a force for good. I think he's a good guy, and I think he's mastered like how to work the matrix to his benefit or whatever. There's sometimes where I think he's a little bit too close to the edge, and maybe this is one of those times. I don't know, but in general, I just think he's too old to be in among these. Like, you're too old for this, bro. Like, just, you're too old. I mean, in a good way is what I mean. Like, come on. Be more, I mean, riding around in a clubbing with a bunch of drunk 20-somethings at your age and stage, and, you know, the kind of profile that you have, it just doesn't look, it doesn't gel. It's not, yeah, actually all three of those older men, Andrew, Tristan, and that other guy whose name I can't remember, but they kind of just looked a little bit out of place. They all just looked like not quite there, and it's hard. I mean, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm around the same age as Andrew, and I mean, every time I find myself around like a 20-something, like an early 20-something, I'm midway impressed for about 5 minutes if they're really intelligent. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. Oh wow, like, you're really passionate. That's what I think about all 20-something year olds. I'm like, wow, that's so super passionate, because you don't know anything. You don't know shit. I mean, you've probably, like, yeah, I mean, these guys have accomplished a lot in terms of like being famous and career and business and all that kind of stuff, but they're still kids. They don't know anything really about the world. So I think it's fine for them to be out clubbing, and, you know, even the song, I'm not bothered by the song necessarily. I do think it's interesting though, because like, one critique I have of Myron, even though I like Myron a lot, actually, I probably listen to Myron more than I listen to anybody else on in this crew, but my issue with Myron is that this song, I think, to me, this song is kind of un-American. I mean, I get what Kanye's trying to do. He's a genius and blah blah whatever, and it's like he's saying, yeah, they don't understand what I'm saying on Twitter, and I don't know, he's pushing the boundaries and blah. He's an artist and blah blah whatever. I get the whole premise behind him making a super subversive song and pushing the boundaries like that, and maybe in 20 years we'll sort of look back on it with a sense of appreciation, because we'll have realized some other type of ripple effect that it's had in maintaining freedom of speech or something. So I kind of get that. Maybe that's what Myron is defending. It's just that, I mean, the lyrics are like, I mean, isn't the whole thing about America that, like, they stood against Nazism, they stood against communism, they stood against that type of regime. So, you know, the lyrics are just un-American, so it's kind of incongruent with Myron's brand, I think, unless he's championing it from the angle of like freedom of speech is what it is to be American, which is like, okay, fine, I get that. So, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I also think Myron probably is is right on the cusp of growing out of this group as well, or I think he should be. Just like how I think like Andrew and Tristan and this other guy are too old for this crowd. I think Myron is just about too old for this crowd as well. I think he's just about needing to, I like Myron. Fed reacts Myron. That's the Myron I really appreciate the most, because he's very passionate, very knowledgeable about that type of content, about American legal police enforcement issues, and I learn a lot from him that way. And some of his other content I think is okay too. But my favorite Myron is the Fed Reacts, because it's like, yo, that's real. I think he's his most genuine. I think some of this other stuff is a little bit performative. That's part of my thing too. Some of this seems like it's a bit performative to kind of, because Nick Fuentes is here, and he's the whole, Hitler is cool kind of guy, whatever. Hitler has aura, or whatever. So I think some of this is to kind of play into Nick as well. I think Nick is actually, in a weird way, almost like the new Andrew Tate. This kind of golden boy, in a sense, like of American pop culture, of like right-wing pop culture. He has this what's the word? He has aura for sure, Nick, but like it's almost like everything he does gains like a crazy amount of views and just goes wild, and it's always looked at in the way that Andrew was a few years ago, and still kind of is to an extent. But I don't think Andrew's going to be able to maintain that for much longer. I think Nick is the new sort of principal here, and it seems like they're all kind of, in a way, throwing a hail to Nick, really. And it's interesting because this all happens, and I mean it just seems super performative, and like it's all about Nick ultimately, to kind of impress Nick and sort of usher him in a way. And here you have Andrew, who is like the former that guy, is like, I'm done, and he's even seated further away from the rest of them. He's out of shot. He walks into the club and he's way ahead of the rest of them. It's if I'm looking at this like a director blocking a scene, and the whole idea was to create this sort of handover moment, or sort of symbolize a handover from the legacy of Tate to the legacy of Fuentes, this is exactly how I would direct this scene. I wouldn't change a thing about it. This exact moment of him just done, everybody else is still left here. Myron is still part of that crew in a way. I don't know who this guy is. I know he's like a content creator sort of guy who's around these guys sometimes, but whatever. Myron is sort of here, kind of stirring it up in the middle of it. He's always kind of been, in a way, I mean, all respect to Myron, but he has always been kind of like a pass around in a way. Like he's that guy. He's not, I mean, he's polarizing, but only polarizing to the extent of all of the other polls that have been set. So he's always right in the middle of Andrew and Nick. I don't mean physically, I just mean in terms of where his content sits. He's right in between. He's not as polarizing as Andrew, but he's pretty close to it, and he's of the same ilk, but doesn't have the same draw and the same attention. And here comes Nick with about as much attention and draw as Andrew. And Myron is also very much like a Nick in a way, and a lot of his views are similar, but he still didn't hit it quite like Nick. So actually the blocking is perfect, with Myron sort of being in the center and kind of sort of, he's the one sort of helping to direct the choir. He's kind of helping to sort of hype this up and almost like it's like a coronation in a way. So that's kind of how it feels. And so like I mean, just think about that. Just think about this, right? In any just think of any what do you call it, protocol where people step out of cars into a red carpet sort of venue or some type of arrival, right? The principal always arrives sort of towards the back. The principal doesn't doesn't step out first, right? For Andrew to step out first, right? For Andrew to step out first, and then all of these guys kind of filter out, and I guess Nick is probably way at the back. Let me see where Nick comes out. Yeah, so Nick is so it's like perfect. So like Nick comes out almost like flanked by so it's like Tristan is the last, Andrew is the first. It's just kind of like it's very clear, like visually speaking, that Nick is the principal here. That's just how I read this visually, like if I were a director blocking a scene, that's how I would read this. Nick is the principal. He's in the middle of all of these guys. He's kind of, you know, he's sort of being serenaded in the car by these, you know, everybody here is sort of turned to him and making sure that he's happy with what's going on. This is all sort of played for, of course any of these guys would probably go, oh, you're full of shit. It's just what it looks like from, if I were to mute this, which it is muted, and just kind of read the room and the body language and sort of the movements here of everybody, it just, to me, it's very clear that Nick is the new principal. So that's my sort of live reaction to this. I think maybe what we're gonna see is Andrew Tate his popularity has already started to kind of plateau a little bit. And Nick's is on the rise, and Myron again has always just sort of been, he's like a cork. He sort of floats wherever everybody else is. Myron reminds me of Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. He's always kind of there. He's always sort of in the mix. He's kind of like, he sort of knows the Stark, so he could kind of fuck with them a little bit. But he's really with the Lannisters, but he still can't step too wrong. He has to kind of just play the field and make sure everybody likes him and stuff. So I think that's Myron's role in all of this, which is fine. Myron like I said, I like all of these guys. Actually, I like Myron. Well, Sneako is neither here nor there to me. He's okay, whatever. I like Myron. Nick, I think, is funny and interesting. I kind of like the way Nick handles himself. I think his sort of new, his profile and his status is well deserved. Just because, not because I agree with everything he says, which I don't, but I see the work that he's put into his profile, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I see where you're, I see where you're on top. I like Andrew a lot. I think Andrew, I'm probably more team Andrew than anybody else, just because I think Andrew is older. He's more, I don't know. I've always been a legacy person, so yeah, I tend to, like I would have been out before Andrew. To be honest, I would have been like, yo, y'all are just boring to me. That's the thing about this too. This is all boring. None of this is. It is all just kind of like it's just clickbaity sort of. It's all of these guys. They're all like sort of the Mount Rushmore of like the red pill content community. They're all singing one of the most outrageous songs of the 21st century in a van. Yeah, I get it. Whatever. It's all kind of just like whatever. It's bullshit. So yeah, that's my take. Yeah, so whatever. I never know how to end these videos, but I will say thank you to the people who've been watching. Apparently the last video got quite a bit of views compared to my usual view count, so that's pretty good. I guess because I covered Nick Shirley, so that's cool. To that one commenter, one guy said in the comments that this guy said, he said it's hard to take seriously somebody who looks like a coconut tree. Bruh, yo. I'm from the Caribbean, right? Coconut tree is not an insult to me, right? Oh, that's so funny though. What is it? Because of the hair? Whatever. Y'all so stupid. But yeah, big up yourself. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, like, share, do all the things that you're supposed to do. Y'all subscribe to the fucking channel, no man. Oh my god. And do whatever. Bless up.